Cattle breeders around the world know it takes several generations and many years to develop outstanding bloodlines in top pedigreed cattle. Whether trying to develop show winners, top-selling bulls and cows, bulls to enter AI stations, or animals to increase the pride or profitability of your own herd, the challenges are the same: transportation, biosecurity, genetic diversity, adaptability, and cost-effectiveness. One way to achieve greater success and do it faster is through the use of embryo transfer technology. ET is a valuable tool for genetic improvement that can substantially increase the number of offspring from outstanding cows. Purchased embryos provide countless benefits, things like an efficient and cost-effective means of transporting genetics rather than live animals, the opportunity to bring genetic diversity into a herd without the disease concerns that may accompany bringing in a new animal, the availability of genetics from elite cows that are not for sale, offspring immunity from recipients of local diseases, better adaptation to new environments by offspring born and raised locally, and a high rate of success based on an increased number of qualified and experienced ET practitioners worldwide. Embryo transfer can be an economical option to increase a cow's reproductive efficiency, allowing many more calves to be produced in a lifetime than normally possible. Embryo production varies greatly from donor to donor and flush to flush. The average recovery is approximately 5 freezable number 1 quality embryos, with a total of 7 transferable embryos per superovulation. Pregnancy rates vary, with fresh transfers averaging 60 to 70%, and frozen embryos 55 to 60%. Many factors affect pregnancy rates, such as embryo quality, recipients, technical ability, donor, and herd management. In addition to using embryo transfer as a strategy to improve your herd, it's an important tool for marketing your genetics as well. Embryos processed according to International Embryo Transfer Society, or IETS standards, and by certified embryo transfer practitioners can be exported to most countries around the world. When embryos are appropriately collected, processed, and cryopreserved, there are virtually no biosecurity concerns, unlike the issues associated with importing live animals. IETS standard washed embryos pose zero risk for the transmission of any known disease, including BSE and foot and mouth. The washing of the embryos with intact zona pellucida with the enzyme trypsin removes any potential viral and bacterial agents. When it comes to embryo transfer technology, some of the best science and service available are in the United States. More cows, both beef and dairy, are flushed for embryos each year in the U.S. than in any other country around the world. Such intensive selection, along with the sheer quantity involved, continue to keep U.S. cattle genetics at the leading edge. An embryo produced in the U.S. represents highly selected genetics from a proven sire and dam, providing a genetic foundation to upgrade your herd at generation-skipping intervals. Countries around the world rely on U.S. genetics as a source for their AI and donor ET programs. U.S. breeders use USDA and breed association data compiled from the largest and most genetically diverse cattle populations in the world. U.S. cattle are tested and available for all climates and feeding situations. Cattle raised in the southern U.S. produce embryos that are tested and proven to be very efficient in tropical and humid environments. Many are resistant to the tropical parasites and diseases that are a major problem in hot weather climates. European beef and dairy breeds have been bred to be highly efficient, whether grazing or fed in confinement milking or feedlot finishing programs. U.S. genetics are the gold standard for selecting fertility, milking ability, longevity, and high production traits for milk and meat. Only embryos processed by AETA certified practitioners and endorsed by USDA APHIS Veterinary Services can be exported. To maintain export status, the embryos must be stored under the direct supervision of an approved ET practitioner. Leading the way for embryo transfer technology in the U.S. is the American Embryo Transfer Association. AETA is an organization committed to promoting self-imposed standards of outstanding performance and conduct. AETA is an organization selected by the USDA to certify companies to export embryos. AETA certified members can help in all phases of a successful ET program. To become AETA certified, individuals must pass a rigorous examination, demonstrate extensive experience, participate in annual continuing education, and abide by rules and regulations established by the AETA and USDA. Working with AETA companies will help ensure quality professional services, from collection, processing, and freezing to shipment, and if necessary, the transfer of frozen embryos in the destination country. International health certificates for the export of embryos from the U.S. are completed by an accredited veterinarian who certifies herd and animal health status, conducts tests, and records test results for the individual embryos being exported. Completed and signed international health certificates for the export of embryos from the United States must be endorsed by a USDA Veterinary Services Area office in order to be valid. The USDA APHIS Veterinary Services has created the International Export Regulations to provide exporters with importing countries' requirements. These health protocols have been developed by the USDA Veterinary Services in cooperation with the importing country's animal health officials. AETA members have years of experience helping buyers and sellers achieve their goals. They understand the processes that help multiply a herd's genetic success. They offer the most modern and advanced reproductive technologies and herd health management programs. They're experienced and able to arrange all necessary testing of donor cows, completion of required health papers and certificates, and coordination of embryos for shipment. And they can arrange all aspects of domestic and international transactions. In summary, AETA professionals are important team members in achieving breeding and reproductive goals for cattle breeders, AI companies, and buyers around the world.